Passing on the pressure. So in my entrepreneurial journey, I have noticed that humans have a tendency to pass on the pressure that they feel to other humans to try to solve and release that pressure that they feel. Humans tend to do this with urgency tactics and things. This can be in business and sales, but it also happens just as much in the personal life as it does in that business realm. When we are feeling pressured, we attempt to pass on that pressure. Just as when we are feeling uncomfortable emotions, we attempt to pass those on as well, to relieve the pressure. And it works, which is why people do it. Suddenly, you're not holding it all alone anymore. Suddenly, it's not all your fault or all your responsibility. And there is relief in that mode of operation, which is, again, why humans do it. It's a function. It serves a function for survival, probably when you're not being very intentional about things. It just has a function. There's also connection that can result from that, which is a benefit. But the quality of that kind of connection is not the best, obviously. It's a connection that's filled with expectation that the other person change or do something or take some action that will make you happier. And the problem with that, for me personally, is that it puts your power outside of you and would have you waiting on others or the world to change before you can be happier or feel more comfortable. And I am not waiting on that personally. I take my happiness and fulfillment and success into my own hands. I've made it my personal intention to not pass on the pressure in my business or life, which doesn't mean I'm always successful at that. I am human too, and I often fail at things that I try. But I do continue with my intention to do better. Not because I'm trying to be some saint, because definitely I am not, but because I just don't like the way that feels in my body. But I also don't like the way it feels in my body to try to pretend I don't care about the things that I want or need or don't feel urgency sometimes. I definitely do. Or that I don't want connection and support. I definitely do. Those are real things that I want to honor too. We are wired to believe that we need and require urgency, pressure, and stress to accomplish things in this world. We are taught that from day one. The most popular line in history that is widely celebrated throughout the world is blood, sweat, and tears. Am I right? Blood, sweat, and tears. You need to bleed and sweat and cry to get things done, right? That's the subconscious text. And it doesn't matter how peace-loving or easygoing you perceive yourself, or how much you disagree with this, that pressure still sometimes catches you because it lives in the collective. So of course it does. The thing is, it's true that humans are motivated to move with cutoff times and deadlines and pressure and things. And there's a reason why marketing experts say it works. And it's part of the ways that we function in non-business realms as well. Deadlines and cutoffs and all this. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's just the way that it is currently for much of the world. And you have a choice. And. So applying pressure or passing on pressure to buyers or to your loved ones or to students or to wherever else people do that is not wrong. It's an optional way of doing things. So the only thing you really have to do is decide how you want to do things and how you want to live. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I have been kind of on a crusade against these tactics for the past year or two, but recently it's become more neutral for me. And I get the reason that I was doing that. And I get that that reason was because I had already made my choice. And I was just trying to justify that because I didn't fully believe that I could make that choice and still be a success, still succeed, still be okay, still do okay. I didn't fully believe that my choice was right to not do that, or that it would, quote, work. I was still trying to make it right or wrong in my head instead of just recognizing this is my choice. And I've already made it clearly. My choice is I am not going to pass on that pressure in my business or otherwise, because sure, pressure might help, quote unquote, someone get off the fence or make a decision or not delay or not just sit in this kind of this will always be available, so why should I do anything kind of space, as marketers say. Sure, it has a function that logically makes things work in this world. But then it's never ending. It's just passing on the pressure, and the pressure being passed on to me over and over and over again in a loop. As soon as I pass it on, it's going to be passed right back on to me, and back and forth and back and forth, and in a loop forever. And then I have to carry that feeling in my body of that constant, never-ending pressure. And so I had to ask myself, do I want that kind of connection with my clients, my customers, my relationships, or otherwise, with my work itself? No. With my art, with my creativity, do I want that kind of relationship with it? No, I don't. Not for me. You know, I thought all these years that feeling in my body I felt when passing on the pressure is discomfort because I deeply recognize that the pressure is going to instantly come right back to me when I do that. And that is part of it. But deeper than that, I realized it's that feeling is letting me know that I'm imagining that my power is outside of me in that moment. And I always feel deeply nervous and scared and uncomfortable when I feel or perceive that my power is outside of me. So yes, passing on the pressure, quote, works, but it doesn't work for me because I don't want that kind of a relationship with life or anyone or anything in it. And I get to decide how I relate to and perceive my life, my relationships, and my business. I am a creator. I am the writer of my story and the liver of that story. And what I see reflects back to me. So I just wanted to share that in case it resonates with any of you. I see the function of deadlines and things. I understand that those things will continue to be needed and used throughout the world. And I still get to make my own choices about how I live and operate. And so do you. For me, in my business, I realize that I could use those pressure tactics, but then how would that feel for me? That would immediately make me feel pressured because I had just pressured someone else and thus taken that responsibility on to resolve their feeling of pressure. No, thank you. No, thank you. I want people to feel welcomed and excited and in love with the work and in love with their own journey, inspired and hopeful, but not pressured. The most important part of this, however, is the realization of the ways that I pressure myself and internalize that external pressure and load that onto myself in ways that are no longer supportive to me. Maybe they were at one point when I was just trying to survive, but it's time for an upgrade. And that upgrade is ease and mutual respect and allowing. So, if you would like to sell your work in a way that feels peaceful in your body and soul and feels like ease and mutual respect and allowing, then My Work Sells Itself course is available now. And it will be for the foreseeable future. She's loaded with gems about all this to help you stop pressuring yourself and or feeling like you have to use pressure to sell instead of making the selling of your work just another form of your art or craft. No cutoff times. No need to act now. This will not save your life. You do not need this. You will be 100% fine without it. It will not solve all of your problems. But if it feels inspiring or exciting to explore and will add to or support your already existing choice to succeed at your dreams, then I welcome you. I'll see you, fellow adventurers, there. Until next week. Bye.